Today we're going to be talking about Instagram Reels and how it really kind of changes the game for anybody's Instagram strategy, let alone their social media strategy. So we're going to jump right into it. The first thing I want to do is change this transition so it's a little bit smoother. Okay, cool. What we're going to be looking at is a really interesting article that talks specifically about Instagram Reels and the ads that are used for those Reels. The really interesting thing about ads for social media is that you can learn a lot about the social media strategy that you should be adopting based off of how the platform uses ads on that product. So when I say product, that's like, for instance, Facebook groups, that's a product, Messenger, that's a product, all those different kinds of things. So when I say product for Instagram, in this case, I'm talking about Instagram Reels. And so we're going to look at this article that talks about ads for specifically Reels and how that kind of gives us a little bit of insight into Instagram's plans for Reels. So let's jump over to that article. So this article right here is on Social Media Today. And if you first time watching this live stream or one of these live streams, this is a website that has fantastic social media advice, tips and tricks, all that kind of stuff. So highly recommend looking at it every once in a while if you're working on your social media strategy and your social media literacy. Definitely a great website for everything social media and digital marketing. So okay, this article is called Instagram Expands Its Test of Reels Ads to More Regions. So we'll start off right here. After testing them out in some regions over the past month, Instagram is now moving to expand Reels ads into more nations as it looks to quickly build on the potential of the option. As you can see here, much like TikTok ads, Reels ads appear between other Reels clips within your feed. And include a sponsored tag below the profile icon to denote that they're part of a paid promotion. Instagram first launched Reels ads in India, Brazil, Germany, and Australia late last month, and as reported by Adweek, it's now expanding them to Canada, France, the UK, and the US. The move is part of the continued push to create a more sustainable Reels ecosystem, which will ensure that creators get paid for their Reels efforts and provide more value for Instagram in supporting and developing the option. So let's take it from there real quick. So the big thing here is whenever a platform has ads, it tells us a couple things, right? They're looking to make it sustainable. So, you need those kinds of ads to be able to not only pay for Facebook and Instagram's efforts to create the product in general and have it running, because whenever they create a new product, it takes moderators, it takes developers and managers and all these different kinds of people to run it. So it's not just like an easy free thing for Facebook or Instagram to add on to their platform. It takes a lot of resources. So, when you see ads, not only does it show that they have faith that they can make a lot of money from this platform, but it shows that they're continuing in doing that for this product, I should say, not platform. So what does this all mean? It means that Reels are working well, right? Long story short, it means that Instagram Reels are doing well. And we can see that based off the fact that, they started off in a bunch of different markets and now they're moving it most significantly to, the US, which is going to really impact our experience on Reels and how we enjoy that product. So this shows that it's working well if they're moving it toward some of these big markets like the US and the UK and so on and so forth. What this is going to look like, as noted in this article, is it's going to look like just like TikTok. So, you start off on TikTok. I believe every time you get onto TikTok for the first time, you open that app for the first time in probably 30 minutes or so. I'm not sure exactly what that time period is. But the first time you jump into that app, you're hit with an ad. And it looks just like a normal TikTok. It's got the exact same format. That's done by design. And something you should think about whenever you're creating social media ads is that the ads that TikTok likes to run are going to look just like the product or look just like the regular videos that you see. So side note, something to keep in mind, when you're creating social media ads, create ones that look like regular pieces of content. That's a whole different strategy for a different discussion, a different day. But when you first log on to Instagram, you get hit with an ad, and then as you scroll through videos, every like 5 or 10 videos, something like that, you're gonna get hit with another ad. These ads, just like all social media digital marketing ads, they're going to be very, very targeted toward you based off of your habits and all the information that TikTok has collected about you. And the same thing goes for Instagram. The same thing will be the case. They're going to run their ads in a very similar fashion. You'll probably log on to Reels once this gets launched. You'll see an ad first and foremost, and then you'll start seeing the content that you're following or their version of the For You page and things like that. But it's interesting because it shows that not only will that be good for Facebook and Instagram in this case, but it's good for content creators. And content creators are an increasingly important part of any social media video apparatus. So we're seeing this, I think, most importantly for platforms that are designed primarily around video. So you have YouTube, TikTok, and now Instagram, at least as far as Reels are concerned. But they're trying to think about how they can pay creators to be enticed to create on their platform. And if you have good creators, you have them, building up a fan base and garnering attention that brings people onto the app. They want to make sure that they're being competitive. Instagram is being competitive with TikTok and YouTube. And so they create a revenue source for content creators on those platforms. And what's fantastic about this is the more competitive you can be, the more money that you can provide for content creators, more likely than not, the more content creators you're going to get working on your platform. So that's kind of a no-brainer, but it's a really good sign for Instagram Reels. And I think the really interesting thing about Instagram Reels is because it looks so much like TikTok, and that's completely by design, it has a lot of opportunity it provides for people who still haven't gotten involved on TikTok, don't quite understand that platform. This is a stepping stone. Not only is Reels a stepping stone into TikTok and more of a video creation world, like let's say YouTube in the future. If you're familiar with TikTok and you're not familiar with how exactly, or you're familiar with Instagram, I should say, but you're not familiar with TikTok, YouTube, this is a great stepping stone to get into how that content creation works. The Instagram Reels content creation, it looks just like Instagram, or looks just like TikTok, I should say. Sorry, I'm getting them all mixed up between each other. But it's interesting because it lets people not have to learn a whole new platform. And that's really the competitive edge for Instagram, is that they already have this huge base of people. Now they can basically have the TikTok experience native on the Instagram app and not have to go to the competitor TikTok to get that. But let's jump back into this article. So Instagram hasn't shared official numbers on Reels usage, but Instagram chief Adam has noted that the option is growing both in terms of how much people are sharing and how much people are consuming. Instagram has also said that Reels have seen specific usage momentum in India, where TikTok was banned last June. Huge advantage for them, right? So TikTok gets banned, and then suddenly Instagram comes out with a version of, or a product on their platform that looks just like TikTok. Really couldn't have worked out any better for Instagram as far as the India market. Where TikTok was banned last June and Reels was launched just days later. It doesn't get better than that. Your competitor gets banned and then suddenly you're launching your platform a couple days later by coincidence, because it takes a while to build up these product launches like that. So that's an awesome win for Instagram. But it's still a fair way behind TikTok. And with recent reports suggesting that users are now spending more time in TikTok than they are in either Facebook or Instagram. Facebook will no doubt remain focused on promoting Reel usage as it looks to stop its users from migrating across and getting sucked into the never-ending vortex of TikTok's highly attuned video feed. Yeah, so for those who might not be as familiar with exactly what they're referring to here, TikTok has, or people who haven't been on TikTok, TikTok has an amazing algorithm and just an amazing setup for how to consume content. Not only is it short form video, so you can watch a lot of videos in a short amount of time and it doesn't require a big attention span, but also their algorithm is so good at figuring out exactly the kind of content you want and sending it directly to you. So they really do an amazing job when it comes to providing the content you want to see, and we're seeing that with retention. I mean, having more retention, people staying on the platform longer than Facebook or Instagram, that's a huge win for TikTok. So what ends up happening here is that Facebook, with all of its resources, including TikTok, including Instagram, which it owns, they're going to use those resources to be as competitive as possible with TikTok. And the advantage really there is with Facebook and Instagram. TikTok is doing quite well, but it's still a startup. When I worked at TikTok in late 2018, I didn't even know what it was when I first started working there, and I was already in digital marketing. So it's still a very new platform. And they're doing well, but they're nothing compared to the giant Facebook or Instagram, that branch of Facebook. So, but the advantage here for content creators and small businesses, as you're creating content and figuring out the optimal way to take advantage of social media as you're promoting your business, is that when there is high competition, when Reels, in this case, Instagram Reels, are trying to keep up and to perform TikTok, they are going to make it a really great place to create content. And what do we mean by that? They're going to provide amazing tools for you as a content creator or small business to create great videos, but they're also going to promote your videos very, very well. It's something that we see with platforms when they get older. It becomes harder to get a lot of traction with an audience because you have so much more competition, you have so many more people on the platform creating content, but also people are starting to very acutely watch videos and interact with pages and things like that they have already decided deserve their attention. So when you have a newer platform, or a newer product in this case, like Instagram Reels, and they are trying to be competitive with TikTok, as you create videos on Reels, they're going to give you way more exposure than you would see from like a Facebook or a LinkedIn or a regular Instagram post. So what I recommend is that if you're already on Instagram, well, if you're not, first of all, get on Instagram because it's a great time to be on Instagram. But if you're not already creating Reels, do that right now, because Reels are going to be the best way to get your message across there. So when, let's say in a regular Instagram post, you're going to get, maybe 100 engagements or 100 people who see your content, 100 people, that you're reaching. On Reels, you could get upwards of 1,000 for a very similar piece of content. So that's something to take away from this whole video, is that Reels is doing very, very well. And Instagram is going to keep putting eggs in that basket with the power of Facebook behind them. And they're going to continually reward people who use Reels on their platform, who design Reels and create great content that's going to keep people on the platform longer. So if you're creating content for your business, jump into Reels if you haven't yet. It is an amazing time to be a part of that product, and you're going to see a lot more exposure, a lot more reach than you would from any other app right now. So let's finish up what this article says over here. That could also see Instagram paying Reels creators to post unique content similar to Snapchat's Spotlight program, with this new notification card recently spotted in testing. So get paid for your Reels, track your progress. Exactly. So what we were talking about before, this is a time where Instagram understands that content creators are really what's going to be creating the best content, obviously, but that's going to be the kind of ace in the hole to keep people on their platform for as long as possible. So they want to reward people, so they want to give you a lot of exposure to entice you to make content on their platform. And also, if you get to a level that they decide is worthy of being like a partner, they will start to pay you for your content based off its performance. Very similar to how TikTok has it and how YouTube, I think, most famously has relationships with their content creators. So something very interesting. We'll jump here to the end. Will that make it a relevant option for your brand? Until you have definitive usage stats, it's hard to say, but with access expanding, you can likely expect Instagram to share some more insights on this front in the near future. Yeah, so long story short, I mean, it is a great time to be involved on Instagram Reels. And if you haven't yet, jump on it. It's very easy to create content, short form content where you're being informative. Let's say you have you're a lawyer and you have a practice and you're creating content where you just answer some really easy questions about, common questions that people might have about the law. this is going to exist for every single business out there. Any business that, where people are needing information from you, which is almost every business, you can create short form video that quickly and concisely and in an entertaining fashion answer these questions and provide value to your viewers. So now is the time to get involved in Instagram Reels. I really recommend that everybody who's creating content to try it out and see how it works for you. But I think now is going to be the best time to start creating content on that platform. And as time goes on, it will be harder and harder to get huge engagement on those posts. Like, for instance, Facebook. When Facebook first came around, it was easier to get a lot of attention. Now it's harder to get seen by a lot of people. The same thing will happen here eventually, but right now is going to be the best time to get the most bang for your buck when you're creating content on Instagram Reels. So I hope that was helpful. If you like this video, definitely hit the like button and comment any social media questions you have. The purpose of these live streams is to answer any social media questions you have, and if you have a really great one, maybe I'll create a video in the future and a live stream in the future that will answer that question. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.